Hello, I'm the SMR psychologist. Welcome to this personality test. Now, in today's personality test, we're going to be looking at the last of Jung's personality features. So, in previous videos, we've looked at whether or not you are an introvert or an extrovert. So this is about where your energy comes from. Does it come from the inside or the outside? We've looked at whether you are a sensor or an intuitive. So this is about how you process information. Then we looked at whether or not you are a thinker or a feeler. So this is about how you make decisions and judgments. Today, we're going to be looking at how you make sense of the world. The terms here are a bit old-fashioned. So we're looking at judges and perceivers. And they don't quite capture the essence of those personalities. But we'll look at that in a little more detail once we've done the test. Now, if you like this type of video, let me know by giving it an up thumb, and I will know to continue making them. But for now, all I want you to do is sit back, relax, and try and answer the questions as honestly as you can. That might not always be easy. You might have an idea in your mind of how you would prefer to answer, but try and identify the answer that resonates most with you. That way you will get the most accurate and helpful result. Because obviously the more we understand about ourselves and our personalities, the stronger position we are in to make good decisions for ourselves. Okay, so let's begin. There are 15 questions, and as before, it's A or B. So just keep a little mental note of how many A's and how many B's you're identifying with, and then we'll look at how to interpret the test at the end. Okay, question 1. Do you A, like to be presented with a timetable and like to stick to it, or be given maximum warning if things are going to change? Or B, do you like to allow for things to flow, not necessarily following your calendar? Okay. Question 2. Do you A, like lots of time to prepare, or B, have the flexibility and space to consider and bring in new ideas and possibilities? Question 3. Do you A, like to see achievements and results, or B, acknowledge the time taken for creativity? Okay. Question 4. Do you A, like an approach that allows closure on consensus items and document those areas that require more work or discussion? Or B, encourage autonomy and personal freedom. Okay, good. Question 5. Do you A, acknowledge the need for closure and short timetables? B, realise that changes in direction are not necessarily a sign of impulsiveness? Question 6. Would you describe yourself as A, decisive, or B, adaptable? Okay, question 7. Would you describe yourself as A, controlled, or B, relaxed? Okay. Question 8. Would you describe yourself as A, good at finishing, or B, disorganized? Question 9. Would you describe yourself as A, organized, or B, carefree? Question 10. Would you describe yourself as A, structured, B, spontaneous? Okay. Question 11. Would you describe yourself as being A, scheduled, or B, changing track midway? Okay, question 12. Would you describe yourself as A, quick at tasks, or B, procrastinating? Okay. Question 13. Would you describe yourself as A, responsible, or B, disliking routine? Okay. Question 14. Would you describe yourself as A, liking closure, or B, being flexible? Okay. Last question. Would you describe yourself as A, making plans, or B, going with the flow? Okay. Good. So, that is the end of the personality test. Now, if you answered mainly A, you are what we call a judger. Mainly B's, you are a perceiver. Now, as I always say, when we're thinking about these different personality traits, one isn't better than the other, and we need both of these types of people in the world in order for it to work well, in order for there to be balance. I'm going to read to you now a little bit more about each personality and see if it kind of fits with what you know of yourself. Okay, judges, first of all. Judges approach life in a structured way, creating plans and organising their world to achieve their goals and desired results in a predictable way. They get their sense of control by taking charge of their environment and making choices early. They are disciplined and decisive and seek closure in decisions. When they ask for things, they are specific and expect others to do as they say. They enjoy being experts at work. They decide quickly and clearly and work to get the job done. Now perceivers, so this is the other personality type, may see them as rigid and opinionated. Okay, so now the perceivers. Perceivers perceive structure as being more limiting than enabling. They prefer to keep their choices open so they can cope with many problems. They get their sense of control by keeping their options open and making choices only when they are necessary. They are generally curious and like to expand their knowledge, which they will freely acknowledge as being incomplete. They are tolerant of other people's differences and will adapt to fit into whatever situation requires. At work, they tend to avoid or put off decisions, and like most, the exploration of problems and situations. And judges, so this is the opposite personality type, may see them as aimless drifters. Okay, so now you have the complete picture of your personality. You know about all 4 aspects as identified by Jung. Now, he was a very clever man. But if, like me, you feel that there are more aspects to our personality that we can understand, you can join me next week, because our personality tests do not end with Jung. We'll be looking at some more aspects of ourselves that will help us to understand both ourselves and the world and our interactions within it. Okay, now, if you fancy some exclusive content or just would like to support me making more of these videos, you can come over and see me on Patreon. The link should pop up on the screen just there. But in the meantime, thank you very much for spending time with me today. I hope that you enjoy whatever is coming up for you next. You take care, and I'll see you at the same time, hopefully, next week for another personality